All right, guys. So my name is Daniel, and you're watching Daniel Wrestling Network. Let's get right into it and start with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, because the situation around him right now is getting very interesting. So here's the deal. In just a few hours on Friday Night SmackDown, we're most likely going to see Cody Rhodes challenging Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And honestly, this match has been talked about for quite a while now. A lot of insiders and updates have already been hinting at what could happen. And according to several reports, the expectation backstage is that Cody Rhodes might walk out of SmackDown as the new champion once again. Now, if that actually happens, it would be a huge moment because it would once again change the direction heading into WrestleMania. The current idea being discussed is that if Cody wins the championship, he could end up defending that title at WrestleMania against Randy Orton, while Drew McIntyre might move into a different program, possibly against Jacob Fatu or Nick Aldis. But here's where things get interesting. If Drew McIntyre loses tonight, his current title run would end in less than about 60 days, which honestly would make it another short reign in his WWE career. And that's something fans have noticed with Drew in recent years. He gets these championship moments, but the reigns don't always last very long. On the other hand, if Cody Rhodes wins tonight, it would add another massive accomplishment to his WWE run since returning to the company. Think about this for a second. Cody Rhodes won the Undisputed Championship for the first time back in 2024 after returning to WWE. Then later, he dropped the title to John Cena. After that, he managed to win the championship again for a second time. But eventually, he lost the title to Drew McIntyre. And now, if Cody wins tonight on SmackDown, that would mean he becomes undisputed champion for the third time in less than 2 years. When you really look at the numbers, Cody has spent a huge portion of the last couple of years around the championship scene. If you add up the time he has actually been without the title, it's probably only around 5 or 6 months total. Other than that, Cody Rhodes has basically been one of the top champions in WWE throughout this entire period. So clearly, WWE sees him as a central figure. Now, the big question is this: is Cody Rhodes actually going to win tonight? Because while reports and betting odds are leaning heavily in Cody's favor, there's still a small possibility that WWE might be playing games with the audience here. Sometimes the company allows these spoilers or rumors to spread intentionally to create more curiosity. Fans tune in thinking the title change is guaranteed, and then suddenly something completely different happens. For example, we could see Jacob Fatu interfering, which could cause a disqualification finish. That way, Drew McIntyre technically retains the title, but the storyline continues. However, there is one problem with that idea. Cody Rhodes has already been costing opportunities multiple times recently. He was screwed during the Royal Rumble and then again during the Elimination Chamber build. So if WWE does the exact same thing again tonight, it might start to feel repetitive for fans. That's why many people believe that if interference happens, it might actually backfire on Drew McIntyre instead. Someone like Jacob Fatu could try to attack Drew, and that chaos might allow Cody Rhodes to capitalize and finally capture the championship again. So right now, the situation is still uncertain, but the signs are definitely pointing toward a possible title change on SmackDown. Now, with that said, let's move forward and talk about another interesting update involving Triple H and WWE's reaction to fans on social media. A lot of people sometimes think that WWE doesn't really pay attention to what fans are saying online, but that's actually not true at all. According to recent reports, WWE officials, and especially Triple H, regularly keep an eye on social media conversations. Whenever fans post reactions, criticism, or support about WWE decisions, those discussions are often noticed internally. Now, that doesn't mean the company automatically changes their plans based on the tweets or trending hashtags. At the end of the day, WWE still makes the decisions they want to make, but they definitely monitor the reactions to understand what the audience is feeling. Interestingly, Cody Rhodes himself recently mentioned that after many segments or matches, some superstars immediately go backstage and check their phones to see how fans are reacting online. They look at Twitter posts, fan comments, and reactions to their promos or matches. Now, obviously, not every superstar does that. You probably won't see someone like Brock Lesnar running backstage to check Twitter reactions, and even Roman Reigns Doesn't seem like the type who immediately checks social media after every appearance. But a lot of performers do care about that feedback. Stars like Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and many others are known to look at fan reactions to see what worked and what didn't. So the next time you tweet about WWE or react to a segment online, there's actually a chance that someone inside the company might notice it. Now, moving on to the next big story, and this one involves Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill because the situation between them has gotten pretty intense recently. On the upcoming episode of SmackDown, these two are scheduled to come face to face, and WWE is reportedly aware that the tension between them could be very real. For anyone who missed the context, here's what happened. The rivalry between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill was originally being promoted through a series of back and forth exchanges on social media. The idea was to build hype for their potential WrestleMania match. At first, everything appeared to be part of the storyline, but things started getting uncomfortable when Jade Cargill made a comment implying that Rhea Ripley spends time with WWE Creative to secure her pushes. That comment crossed a line for some people because it sounded less like storyline trash talk and more like a personal accusation. Rhea Ripley clearly didn't appreciate that remark. Soon after that, some of Rhea's real-life friends, including Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, got involved online and started defending her. Then Jade responded again and took things even further by making comments about them that many people felt were unnecessary. Eventually, Rhea Ripley posted an Instagram story suggesting that there's a difference between working a storyline and being unprofessional, and that some people need to understand where that line is. Because of all this, reports started circulating that the tension between the two might actually be legitimate now. WWE officials reportedly feel that Jade Cargill may have pushed things a bit too far, although technically both sides were involved in starting the social media exchanges. Despite that, WWE still believes both performers are professionals and expects them to handle the situation properly when they appear face-to-face on SmackDown, which honestly makes that segment even more interesting. Finally, let's quickly talk about the confirmed preview for Friday Night SmackDown. This episode is extremely important because it's the first SmackDown after Elimination Chamber, and several major segments have already been announced. The biggest one, of course, is the WWE Undisputed Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton is also being advertised for the show. Since he won the Elimination Chamber match, there's a strong possibility that he could confront whoever leaves SmackDown as champion. So, if Cody Rhodes wins the title, we might immediately see a face-off between Cody and Randy Orton. If Drew McIntyre retains, then Orton could confront him instead. In addition to that, Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill will appear in a face-to-face segment, which could become one of the most intense moments of the night, considering everything that has happened between them recently. There will also be a celebration segment featuring Nia Jax and Lash Legend after their recent title victory. And WWE is expected to announce participants for a number one contenders match for the Tag Team Championships. So overall, SmackDown is shaping up to be a very eventful show. The episode will air at around 6:30 a.m. for viewers in some regions, although WWE is expected to move back to the 5:30 schedule again soon. But for tomorrow's show, it will still be at 6:30. So that's everything for today's major WWE updates. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more wrestling news like this, make sure you like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future updates. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and join the WhatsApp channel as well. All the links are in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next video very soon. Until then, take care, and thanks for watching.